All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get started today. Welcome to today's AMA for Ocavu, July 26th. I got some dental work done this week on Monday, and it's been like swollen. It hurts. So I might be talking a little bit weird, so I apologize for that. I'm trying to figure out how to move my mouth in the right way. But we're through July, guys. And so now we're finally here to August, which is exciting, or at least we are in a couple weeks, or we are in a couple days. And then in a couple weeks, we'll have our first AMA of the month of August, which I may or may not be on. Let's look at a calendar really quickly here. August 9th, I will be in Cabo. We'll see if I'm able to take that, or if we'll have another team member do that. I'll be out of town, but I always work from Cabo over the first 2 weeks of August. Okay. So guys, I want to talk about just a couple things today. First off, I want to talk about some of the changes we've made recently and just discuss and answer any questions, especially if there's any that pop up here. And obviously, if you're watching this later, please throw those discussion questions or questions into the Discord, and I'll do my best. Just tag me in, and I'll try to respond to them. I think I do a decent job at responding to questions when they come up. But when was it? I think Chris is on here. When was it that we changed the rewards? I think it was in the last 2 weeks. I think it was about a week ago. But ever since we dramatically changed the multipliers on Ocavu and Ocavu USDC, basically to kind of push down the USDC DAI, wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped Ethereum pools to almost nothing. The price is really stabilized. There's some, people are buying and selling. There's still movement back and forth, but the price is kind of steadily starting to go up more, which is great. I don't know if that has something to do. I also know that as we get closer to the first real launches that are literally here in a couple of weeks, which we'll talk about a little bit today, and talk about kind of the plans around PR and timing and big dates and stuff where we expect to see some activity happening, right? We'll talk about that, but ultimately, if you look at just the charts, let's see here. Where's a chart here? If you just look at daily charts, that's what I typically like to look at daily and weekly charts, actually. And so the cool thing is, this is on our weekly chart, we're actually up. We're up on the week, which is great. Daily charts, we're barely down today, but hopefully we get a couple more buys before the end of the day. The reality is, internally here at Ocavu, we're not trying to prop up the token. We're not trying to just buy it so that it stays high or whatever. We'll run out of money if we do that, right? Because of how tokens work, right? Put money in, people take money out, and so we would just be giving money to people that want to take money out. The reality is we want the utility of the token itself to drive the value up, and that's coming right now, right? We are literally days from starting to see the first purchases coming through during the BYU beta that will be adding buy pressure to the Ocavu network token on a regular basis, and so that's really exciting for me. Just not so much because I'm excited that the token's going to go up. That's, again, not the purpose of it or point of it. I'm just excited that the utility is finally going to be here, and we're going to be able to see some good action and good activity. And the other thing that I think is really cool and worth noting is this is just the first one, right? I think I've mentioned before that part of the tokenomics of how the Ocavu network token works and how it plays into everything, because of how we structure the purchases and do the on-off ramp for fiat, we end up leaving about anywhere from 1% to 2%, probably going to end right in the middle there, about 1.5% most of the time on average, of buy pressure, which means if someone spends $100 on an NFT, or buys it, sells it, whatever, $1.50, so just $1.50 will get added as buy pressure. Now, that might not sound like a lot, and even in one platform, like for example, a BYU Cougs one, Um, that's going to add, let's say we do $1 million a month, right? Which would be great, right? $1 million a month is a lot of activity, but that's still only $15,000 a month of buy pressure. If we do 10 million a month, great. That's still only $150,000 of buy pressure, which all in all is not a lot. Yes, it's some, it's great. It's consistency, but the reality is we're still not building this for the short term, right? It's being built to have 100 communities and 100 NFT platforms funneling into this. And so, so that's it on the Ocavu network token. Just wanted to talk about that a little bit. If there's any questions, of course, feel free to jump in with throwing a question into the webinar here. Next, I want to talk about BYU a little bit. I have been instructed by people that I see on the call today to not say too much about it. And that's because we have a big embargo on all the juicy details of the BYU platform, because there's a lot of really awesome news outlets that will be covering this, and that's really exciting. We're talking about college sports coverage. I won't even share which different outlets are going to be covering it, but needless to say, obviously, basically everybody in Utah will talk about it because it's BYU is a big news item in Utah. People will pay attention to that. But from a national level, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see about 10 outlets that are going to be doing it from a national level. And then I bet there's about 10 here locally in Utah that will be covering it. The date, I believe, is the 16th. I know we bounced back and forth between August 16th and August 18th. Sorry, let me turn on focus here so I don't get those dings here during the webinar. But I'm pretty sure the 16th is the day we're launching. And so we have press releases and things that will go out that day. We're planning on doing a media day at BYU and talking about a lot of the details of what's going on. But we're doing some really, really fun things, guys. One thing that we're really focused on, I had this conversation yesterday with the team a bunch. Why do people hang out on Discord to talk about NFTs, right? Or why do they jump on to talk about Giddy or the Ocavu network token or, Bored Apes, whatever it is, right? Why do they do it? Is it because they just love the IP so much that they just want to talk about it and hang out on that website and just keep coming back to Ocavu.com? The answer is absolutely not. The reason that people come to NFT websites and hang out on Discords is because it's not because of the community. It's not because they're like, oh, my best friend's on there, right? Now, that might be the case for a few people, but most people are going to show up. They're going to check their website every day, check the value, whatever, because they want to make money. That's it. And I think that is a dumb reason to show up every day. I think that showing up to just check on the value of your NBA Top Shot NFTs, right? That's the only reason I would go to NBA Top Shot today. It's not because it's fun to hang out on that site. It's a nice site, right? In fact, let's do a quick, just for fun. We'll just do a tour of NBA Top Shot, right? Because NBA Top Shot is a website that I've gotten a lot of inspiration from in understanding how can we, at least it's moving in the right direction towards what NFTs can do. And there's definitely one element of NFTs that is very real is collectibles, right? Collectibles are real. People have collected basketball cards and baseball cards and Pokemon cards and everything for a very, very long time. That's been a long-standing tradition. And so making that experience digital, awesome. I just believe in it. Now I'm not logged in right now. So I'll just, and I won't log in. I don't need to log in to do this, but if you show up here and after you've seen this, which I've seen a lot, I own maybe 50 or 60 of these moments. Most of them are worth $5, $10. Some are worth 20, some are worth 800, right? I have a few ones in there because I wanted to complete some packs. But once I'm in here, all I'm really doing is exploring things that I can buy, right? And there's nothing rare or anything crazy about, this Devin Booker NFT. It's cool, Like, it's not bad, right? But I'm just looking at screenshots, maybe a video of a play, and this play I can definitely see on, on YouTube for free, right? I mean, I don't have to buy it to play it. I just have to, I have to own it in order to sell it. Like, that's it. That's all I can do here is I can buy and sell and buy and sell, right? And it's very difficult to, to make money in the short term on things like this. It's, let's watch the play. Just for fun, just to see what it is. Devin Booker moving around. Man, that's a legendary worth $1,000. I mean, look, see this. I get that it's rare. I get that there's only 120 of them out there. It's $1,000. But ultimately, when I'm on this site, I don't have a lot to do, right? I can come into challenges and I can try to, complete a few moments and complete some packs and things like that. But ultimately, the main reason I'm going to show up here is to open a new pack. This is just demonstrating the experience of opening. Finish this quickly so we can stop music. Anyway, sign up now. So anyway, that's kind of fun. Let's turn off music there. That's fun the first time, right? If you're a brand new person showing up at this website and you say, hey, cool, I like basketball, I'm going to collect all my team's favorite things, right? If I log into my thing, you'll see I have tons of jazz moments and I've completed some collections and things like that because that's my team, right? I'm in Utah and that's my team. But once I've done that, I can just tell you, if you were to look at my browsing history, you would see NBA Top Shot shows up in my browsing history once every couple of weeks, maybe even once a month, right? I mean, not very often. It's not something I'm coming back to often. I'm only coming back for new drops. And maybe if I hear through the news or something that, oh my gosh, values on NBA Top Shot are flying through the roof right now, I might jump in. I'm probably going to jump in and check on it. But that's my point. The only thing that's going to bring me back, unless there's more to do on here, is the value of the NFT itself. And I've been saying from the very beginning that NFTs really will only maintain long-term value if they are associated with real world value, or in what some people call utility. And so we've been talking about that exact thing with the BYU platform, with other platforms we're working on for influencers, with other platforms we're working on for musicians and artists and sports teams. And we've got some cool stuff coming, guys. I'm really excited to show you. But I keep saying to these communities, guys, you can't just put digital collectibles out there, set it and forget it. You can't just do that. That is not going to last long term. Your community will not like you. They will revolt against you if you show up just trying to sell digital collectibles, because it's like, these guys are just trying to pull money out of me. But if you offer experiences, if you offer somebody is where I forgot to say this. I'm working from home today. There's somebody working on our power, and clearly they turned it off. So everything in my house shut off. But luckily, I'm tethering from my phone. So hopefully this comes through all right. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is there's got to be utility tied to this. And if there is, and if NFTs and Web3 technology and principles can be used to create better experiences, we will have a winning recipe here at Ocavu. And the Ocavu network token will power that. And more volume going through the system will naturally boost up the entire ecosystem. So that will be really exciting. With BYU specifically, and again, I'm not going to share too much or anything really, because I want to save it all for these articles and make sure that they get what they get. But we really have looked at how do we make the website something that if you're a BYU fan, right? If you're not a BYU fan, you're probably not gonna have much to do on it, right? But maybe you would, right? maybe if your team is playing BYU or whatever, right? Maybe you just want to go check it out, see what it's like. But ultimately, you would go back to your school and beg them to build it for you, or your favorite team, or your favorite artist, or whatever. We're creating things that will use Web3 technologies, that will use these principles, but that will bring you back every single day, right? We want to create value. We want to be fun, right? The BYU NFT platform will succeed if it is fun for the fans and if it creates value for the players. That's it, right? It's not going to be successful if it makes money for BYU or if it makes money for Ocavu. That's not the KPI. That's not what we're looking for. It's got to be fun for the user, and they need to want to come back often, every day, maybe, right? If you're a big BYU fan, you should want to come back to this site every day. And we're putting things on there that will make it so that it won't just be jump on, buy something, and hope the value goes up, right? That is why NFTs are failing everywhere. It's because everyone says it's about the community, and that's a bunch of baloney. How do I know that? Because every time there's a rug pull and all the money's gone, the community's gone. People are only coming for the money. And that's not sustainable. It's just not, right? Especially when the underlying asset has no value, right? Other than, if it's just some random picture or some, dot on a white screen, there's crazy NFT projects out there and they're selling because they think that that's what's going to happen. But ultimately they're doing it because people want to make money. That's just human nature. So, so we're building utility. We're building heavy utility into everything to the point where we want. I just saw a couple questions in here. Where we're just being extremely hard on ourselves, I think is the right way to say it, right? We want to make sure that people are showing up and saying, oh my goodness, this is so fun. This is so cool. I love it. I want to be here all the time. So cool. So I think that's enough on the BYU platform. We have another influencer that I'm going to reveal today that's pretty cool. She is somebody that wants to do a full-on NFT platform and have a Web3 community and do everything that Ocavu is talking about, right? That we've been preaching. She's a big believer in Web3. She has spent a lot of time not only investing herself in NFT projects, but just really trying to explore how can she do this. And then we came along and we were introduced, and she's just like, yeah, we are ready to roll. And so the name of that person is Bethany Hamilton. I don't know if you guys know who Bethany Hamilton is. I know who she is. She and I think probably most of you do know who she is. You just don't know you know who she is. That's what most people are. I'll share my screen again for a second. Raise your hand if you know who she is. Let's see here. We're gonna go share screen. But if you just Google Bethany Hamilton, you will notice that she is missing an arm here, right? She is that surfer from Hawaii that had a shark bite her arm off, right? And then she continues to be a professional surfer and just doing awesome stuff. Incredible family, great kids, great husband. Met the whole family. They're really awesome. She has a little over 2 million followers on her social, or on Instagram at least, and then she's got 2 million on another platform. So all in, she probably has somewhere between 3 to 4 million followers, I would guess. I bet there's some duplicates in there, but yeah, she's done just a lot of really cool things. Best comeback athlete SB award, lots of kids, and lives in Hawaii still. And so she does a lot of things with young girls and their moms, and she puts on programs for them. She's just going to run her whole system through NFTs. And so I'm not going to share too much more than that today, because I want her to come on and talk about it herself at some point, which we'll do, I would guess probably in September. We can get through BYU launch and then the next one. And yeah, anyway, that's exciting. That's some exciting news for today. So I'm going to stop that share. There's a question here. from Jason that says, is there a limit to how many communities Ocavu can support? And the answer is absolutely not. Everything that we have built for BYU and that we're building for Bethany and building for other people, we built for Mixtape is self-serve, right? It will allow for anybody to get on and launch their own NFTs, launch their own things without us even having to talk to them, right? If you go to ocavu.com/API, I think it is. Let's see here. So just I'll show you a little bit. This is a public domain, so you guys are welcome to go peek around it if you want, or poke around it, I think is what I mean. Peek inside it, poke around it. Anyway, this is ocavu.com/API, right? This is how you can integrate the Ocavu network and, API URLs, native mobile app login integration, off-chain APIs, all kinds of stuff a lot of this stuff is being put inside of, Mixtapes apps, and all of it's used on the BYU platform, and, NFT APIs, airdrop APIs, blockchain crypto APIs, or ticketing assets, all kinds of cool stuff here, right? And so all of this is publicly available. In order to actually use it, right, you have to pay for a subscription fee, but ultimately we have built the system so that it can scale infinitely. We want to be able to support 1 million communities. We want every community in the world to have something on the Ocavu network where they can begin engaging with their fan base in ways that are different than what are available on traditional social platforms today. So yeah, the short answer is absolutely no. We do not have a limit on any of that stuff. So very cool. So let's see here. I'm just thinking through other things. I saw some questions on the Discord. Oh, it looks like there are some Discord stuff, but it looks like they said ignore this till after the end, so I will do that. Obviously, Carter's, anybody on my side here, if there are questions on Discord, you could throw them into the Q&A over here for me to be able to find. All right, let's see what else we want to talk about today. We have a baseball team that wants to switch all ticketing to NFT ticketing, which is cool, and we're nailing that down probably later this week, which is really awesome. Trying to think of other little kind of tidbits, cool pieces of news I can throw you guys' way. Let's see here. We were nominated, or I guess we made the Fast 50. We're part of the Fast 50 here in Utah, so top 50 companies, I guess. We were nominated for that, and so we're receiving those awards. I think the first thing is like on the 16th, which might get in the way of our BYU launch, but that's okay. We've got lots of leaders. We'll just have to split up. So that's a cool little thing. I'm just kind of looking through notes here on things that are worth bringing up right now. Yeah, I think, we had an all hands meeting yesterday with the company, just everybody at Ocavu, and my message to them was, it's BYU. That's all we're focused on right now. I mean, yes, we've got these other things happening, and even to Bethany, to other people, I'm just like, guys, we're launching BYU. As soon as that's launched, I want you guys to follow the launch, watch it, participate in it if you want, just see what's going on and see what you like, see what you don't like, see how you want to do it with your communities. But ultimately, guys, we're ready. We're ready. The platform is working. At this point, it's all about refinement. Where I believe we're going to start letting some of you guys in the public into the BYU platform as early as next week. And I think there is a list. If you go to CougsNFT.com, is that doing what it's supposed to do? Yeah, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Maybe that's because my internet's just really slow. Let me just double check here. Okay, yeah. So Cougs NFT, guys, if you've tried to go to it in the last little bit, let's see here. Who's on? Yeah, I don't see Chris on here. I will follow up on this. We got to figure out how to get Cougs NFT forwarding to the right place. So guys, I will make one more cool announcement. I talked about this a little bit on Discord. that we changed the name Cougs NFT to something else. And the name of that is CougsRise. Like rise and shout, the Cougars are out. CougsRise.com. So if you go here, this is where you would be able to sign up for early access, beta access. If you'll potentially have access there. So CougsRise here. Cougs NFT is not forwarding, and I need to make sure that someone on my team does that. I thought I asked someone to do it, but maybe I missed it, or maybe they missed it. That's okay. But CougsRise, we really have been paying attention to every single NFT platform that is launched in the last few months, right? And what is the reaction from the community? What do people say? What are people thinking about it? So on and so forth. And the word NFT, the letters NFT are just not. They open too many questions. People that know what they are like, okay, is this really NFT or what is this? And here's what there's a definitely an expectation with it. People that don't know what an NFT is, but they've heard of them, have mostly heard negative things about them. And third, people that have no idea what it is are just like, okay, that's foreign to me. I don't know what it is. And so we want it to be very palpable, very easy for anybody to be able to just jump in and say, hey, I get it. I like it. I'm a BYU fan. I want to be here, right? And we don't want technology to be. It's almost like saying, Facebook HTML.com, Facebook JavaScript.com. Back when that was launching, that was a new idea, but you don't need to put the technology that's behind it in the name itself. And so we just said, let's go with CougsRise.com, and we're really excited about that. The branding is going to look really good. It's going to look really nice. So I'm excited for you guys to jump into there. I think that's it for new announcements things today. So CougsRise.com, we've got that in there. And then whitelist for BYU. Jason, that's a good question. I'm assuming you mean whitelist for the Cougar token. We're not announcing, or we're not launching that at the same time as the NFT platform itself, as CougsRise. But as soon as we nail that down, we will let everybody know, and we'll begin the qualification periods and things like that. So awesome. But yeah, we really care about having good launches, guys, and that's why we're trying not to squeeze too much in, right? For example, Mixtape, we announced it, super exciting, and then we made what I believe to be a good business decision to say, hey, let's hold off and launch the token as the utility is being launched inside of their app. And they had some dev work to do to integrate a lot of the APIs you just saw. And it's not just the APIs, it's also the UI and what is the experience like inside of the app. And they're doing some incredible work. I'm really excited to see what's coming with Mixtape over the next few weeks and couple months here. And we're still full steam ahead on launching that thing, and excited to make that happen. But let me see if there's any more questions. Here's one quick question. You have plans to do NFTs for Ocavu and provide utility with those NFTs that will bring more community engagement in Ocavu social media platforms. I think that's a great idea, Doug. We've talked about it. I can tell you that our primary focus is on our customers, right? AKA generating revenue that will not only, continue to support Ocavu as a company, but also to support, the Ocavu network token and everybody that's supporting here, and that's sitting in and listening to these AMAs and hanging out on Discord and investing their hard-earned dollars into things that are related to our company here. But yes, we've had several people bring up this idea of doing Ocavu utility token or utility NFTs, and we can absolutely do that. We've actually talked about just doing some that are for events and having some that are for get-togethers and just like Ocavu hikes that you have to have an NFT to come for. Yeah, I absolutely. We plan on doing some things like that for people that are local, for people that are away from Utah. We're thinking of ideas there too. But yes, I think is the short answer. We're just we're focusing one step at a time, right? Maybe next year we'll do a utility NFT that lets you come to Cabo with me. So, and here's an idea for utility. I still want a ride in your Tesla. That's great. I recently moved about 40 minutes away from my office, and so I bought a Tesla to save on gas money. It wasn't just because it was a cool car. It was because it's cheaper than paying $5 a gallon for gas in a Tundra, which is what I was driving. Trucks are expensive for gas. Okay. I think that's all. I think that's all for today, guys. That's all. I shared a lot. If you actually digest what I did, there's a ton of announcements in there. So enjoy. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks, guys.